Welcome YouTube, this is Mario 17 and this is a game I've been playing for a very long time. This is Path of Exile and I really do enjoy this game quite a bit, so I wanted to start showing some of the builds and things that I do in Path of Exile, run some maps, things of that nature. And so today I'm going to show you the build that I use on this particular guy. This is my tank Earthquake guy, and so I use Earthquake and then add damage on top of it. I'll show you what I use. I have the Gameria's Maul. It's a gavel, 175% increased damage, adds the cold, which I'm not all that worried about. I need a better weapon, but this works for now because I'm not actually using a cold base attack, which, you know, the 40% increased rarity of items drop would be pretty cool. But I use Lightning Warp to move. I don't use that to move. I use that when I'm doing a labyrinth and stuff. Then I have Blasphemy with Warlord's Mark. Blasphemy means that this curse now runs as a aura around me. As you can see, that little aura. And of course you got the Warlord's Mark, which is good. And then I have a regular yellow. All this stuff's self-found, and it's increasing armor and life, and it's got good resist on it, which is what I need. And on this one here, I have shield charge with life leech, added fire damage, and stun support on there because I do find that shield charge will stun people quite a bit. So that's pretty good. Then I have my Summon Flame Golem here, which I have to do, you know, recover him quite a bit. I have Vengeance attached with added fire damage. Simple shield, nothing to it. 112% increased armor though is what I like, and it's got the fire and lightning resistance plus the cold resistance on there. This is a I don't have a 6 linked yet. I have 5, and it's got 110 armor plus 8 to all resistances, and then I've got the armor increase, life increase, fire, cold, lightning resist. So the 3 resist is what's holding it on there for me. Plus I have an additional 57% increased armor on there, so that's good. I have Earthquake, smashes the ground with the axe, mace, staff, so forth. It does this. There you go. And originally this guy was an Ice Crash guy. I leveled him up actually using Ice Crash, but I changed to Earthquake simply because it was hard for me to get Ice Crash. For some reason on this guy I couldn't seem to get him attacking fast enough, and blah blah blah. I do have another Ice Crash guy that's built around the same mechanism that this guy's using, but he's a duelist, and anyways, I'll have to show you him another day. So Earthquake, followed by Less Duration. Less Duration gives you faster Earthquake. See the secondary Earthquake, so that's faster on that. Multi-Strike, obviously to increase my attack. Melee physical damage, because Earthquake is a damage melee physical damage skill. And then I have Fortify. Some people say don't put Fortify here. I put it on here because I face tank everything with this guy. I don't try and run. I pretty much just stand toe to toe with stuff. So that's why I have Fortify in here, and I'll show you also why I have it in there. Cast when damage taken, I do Molten Shell, along with Temporal Change, which slows everything around, and Immortal Call. The gloves are, again, generic gloves, nothing that great. I think I have it on there because of the lightning and the armor overall, and then the accuracy doesn't hurt. On the boots, normal boots, 26 armor added to it, lightning resistance again, armor, strength, and maximum life, and regenerate 1% of life and mana per second if you were hit recently. I got that from the doing the cast Word of Frost kill. Obviously those are both labyrinth things. And then I have the Magnate Studded Belt, 40% increased physical damage, 45 to strength, and 50% increased flash charges gained. That helps a lot. Obviously I don't raise up Immortal Call, Molten Shell, or cast and damage taken. I keep that low. Right now it's on 8. I wouldn't mind it being a little bit lower, but I like a little higher so Molten Shell can do a little bit of damage here. That's basically why. And but yeah, it's an okay build. I got 2 life. I've got the 1 mana because I don't need it. I've got Granite and Granite because I use those a lot. Increases my armor and does a good job. I'll show you my defense real quick. Currently I have 14,891, so 62%. Not the best, but not the worst. I'm getting better. When I pop my flask, I run up to 76%, which works good. I actually still have a little bit of evasion rating on there, which is weird. I have 358.4 life regeneration per second, which helps. And then my resistances are pretty well capped. Even when I go into Merciless, I'm pretty sure they're capped. And I have negative 5% movement modifier, so he moves kind of slow. But that's okay. I have 41% chance to block. On my Earthquake, it does pretty good. It could do better. Chance to hit 70%. Attacks per second is up there pretty good. Now you can see the cold damage is pretty low. If I up the cold damage, this would help. But what I'm really looking to do is just get a better weapon to use. I just haven't found one yet that I want to use. So there you go. Not that bad of a character overall to play. The reason why I like playing him is because he can basically face tank anything. And I'll just show you the tree real quick. Went up here, grabbed Sanctify, Retribution. I wanted the Tireless. I have Life. The reduced mana cost is just a byproduct. A little bit of that because I needed it. And then I have more Armor, and Life. Came out here, obviously melee damage, Born to Fight, Life. I have Endurance Charge because I get Endurance Charges because of the Warlord's Mark and the other stuff. So then I have Juggernaut. Then I have all my resistances. I have my Armor Mastery and my Shield. And I picked up Warlord's Blood to pick up some more life regenerated. Because my life is high, that 1.8% adds up. And again here I get a little bit of Leech, more Armor, more life. And then I came down here and I had these two in there and I took them off to do something else. I don't remember what. So when I get my next 2 points, I'm going back into my Fortify. The reason why I don't have that full anymore is because I now have this. So Armor and Life Regeneration, 15% increased Armor, more Life Regeneration, 30% increased damage while I have Fortify, 1.5% maximum life regenerated per second while I have Fortify, so my regeneration goes through the roof, and 25% increased effect of Fortify on you. And I can show you that in a second. Then I have Armor, and then attack damage. Then I have 20% chance to gain an endurance charge when I'm hit. This is why I've got the extra endurance charge here and the extra endurance charge here. Okay, so when I'm hit, I have a 20% chance to gain an endurance charge. And I get +1 to maximum endurance charges. Then I have attack on armor and then unrelenting, 6% increased damage per endurance charge, 8% reduced elemental damage taken while at maximum endurance charges, and a 25% chance that if you would gain an endurance charge, instead you gain it to your maximum. So I pretty much almost always have endurance charge on. I grabbed Defiance, I grabbed Master of the Arena because I needed more life regenerated per second, and I have Bravery, which increases armor, and more life, and then I came in here and grabbed these two blocked, a 6% increased attack speed while holding a shield, and then 2 Studo. So I get 8 mana when I block. Not that it matters that much, but 4% additional chance to block with shield is what I was after. So that's why I dropped off of having Rampart, sorry. And I even thought about dropping these two here, even though I like the melee damage while I have Fortify, and going more into this life and life leech and all that stuff. I don't know. Right now I'm okay with it. I haven't gained a level in quite a while with this guy, so you know it's the way it goes when you hit a high level. But I'll show you real quick. Let's go fight. Where is he? Weapon Master.
At your service.
And he's a level 6, so I'll show you.
Like you mean it.
Yep. I'll show you real quick the build at work. I can stand toe to toe with him. Means he can't even touch me. I don't even have to pump a life thing ever. It seems like.
You there? Let me bend
So
your ear
he
for a
currently
minute.
is level 64, which is quite a bit lower than me. So I should be able to stand toe to
Let's see
toe
you
with
knock
him.
me on my arm.
Alright, so we just. You can see how all it is hold it down. I don't have to do anything else. If I get into damage, or if it looks like something's going to be able to do any damage to me, then all I got to do is pop one of my armor flasks. Get armor, goes right back. You know, I seem to take no damage. You can see I'm running. Fortify is up, and it goes the endurance charges go up. And
Now that was a fight.
pretty simple. I mean, it's an easy build to run. This is definitely new player friendly. It's not something that's overly complicated. You just walk up and you smash stuff. And I'm not going to run a map right now because I don't want to run a map. So what I'll do is I'll just go over here to Highgate and I'll run out into the desert here. I will run maps. I'm going to run some maps and I'll record them, but I'm just not going to run one right this second. If I can ever get it to load up here. It takes a second sometimes. It's trying. Sometimes POE does that to me. You see how laggy it is right this second. Sometimes when I'm trying to go into a new zone, if I haven't been there yet, in this particular session, it has a tendency to take quite a bit of time to load. I don't know why it does that. It didn't used to do that, but it does now. And nothing's changed. This is the same computer, same connection, same internet. You see here my latency sometimes goes way up, where I'm running 1,000 plus latency, so sometimes I can't even play. And like I said, nothing has changed. I don't know what the difference is. And you can see how this works. I mean, it's pretty simple. Everything that gets near me. Let me just turn that sound down just a little bit more. That's a little bit loud. Everything that gets near me gets Immortal Call put on, or Warlord's Mark put on them. And what that means is they grant me 2% life leech when hit. So not only do I have the life leech, so let's pull this up. Let's look at this. Alright, where is it? Main life leech gained on hit. And then I'm gaining the extra on here as well. So it says, along with that, I get another 2% of mana and life leech when hit. Okay? That's when I'm hitting them. They also have 29% chance to grant an endurance charge when they're slain. So on top of my regular, my passive of giving me endurance charge, this is giving me endurance charge. And cursed enemies have an additional 10% chance to be stunned, and so forth and so on. Alright, so that's how that's working. So between the two, I wind up with quite a bit of endurance charges. They're almost always up. So what we'll do is we'll watch for them to be up, and then we can watch the damage go up as well. Click that chest real quick. And then there you go, the endurance. There's the endurance charge. I can't talk today, I don't know why. As you can see, as that goes up, the damage goes up. We're sitting at 29. And there it exploded, and I got rid of all my endurance charges. And there you go. So as it pops up, you sit at 4, you sit at 29. It just continues to scale up, and then as that scales up, so does my defense. I got 78% right this minute because I have endurance charges and I have fortify on. There you go. So we're back down to 62%. As soon as I start battle again, see it start popping up. 66%. Yeah, took some damage, killed a few things around me. And we're up to 70%. Now we're up to 86%. Pop that, we're over 90%. So you can see how if something's hitting me, the more it hits me, the more defensive I get. And so I like that build because, like I said, I can just almost not pay attention, walk along and kill stuff. Yes, it does maps pretty well. I haven't messed around with the Atlas thing too much, so I don't have tier 11 maps and all that kind of stuff because I'm always messing around with different builds and stuff. So I have a tendency to be lazy when it comes to trying to work my maps. There you go. You see, it does good damage. It's not the best damage in the world, but it does good damage. You can always shield charge up here, and then just kill people. This is 67, so you know I'm in no danger here, pretty much whatsoever. But it gives you a good idea of how the build works. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, nothing to it. But it's effective. It'll keep you alive in a lot of situations. You don't have to worry about it. I don't even need this mana flask in here. I keep it in there, I think, more out of habit than anything else. I could definitely go without having it in there. Now, see, he reflects physical damage. I could completely ignore that. Even though most of what I'm doing is physical, I negate so much of that coming back. The reflect maps and reflect mobs mean nothing to me because I'm reflecting physical, and I mitigate most physical damage as it comes in. And my life regeneration definitely keeps up with it along with everything else that I'm doing. What I would like to do is add on, maybe I would love to be able to run Vitality with this as well, but I don't. because I like the extra damage that Herald of Ash brings. So you gain 50% of your physical damage as extra fire damage, and ignites for 131% of overkill. I've tried it both ways, but without. So I'm sitting at 27. Well, let's wait till my endurance charges go off. Without Herald of Ash, the damage drops quite a bit. So you go 26. You drop 400 points, and if I put Vitality on, it doesn't make up enough. Now, if I needed to be a little bit more defensive, I could by grabbing, armor and have an extra armor and drop this if I needed it. But again, for me, I need the extra damage because once you start dropping down to 2200, it seems like I can barely kill anybody, and it definitely goes up quite a bit once I've got everything rocking and rolling and it starts kicking off and all that. But you need that damage. Without it being that high, it's tough to kill some of the higher end stuff. So, and like I said, I'm looking for the better weapon that's really going to take this damage and pop it over the top, because right now I need this to be about 4,000 damage in order to really start doing the higher end maps, because some of these maps, like even some tier 4s, are causing me a little bit of problem because I just don't have the damage output right now. So if you've got an idea of what I can use to really up this damage wise, let me know. I definitely could look into maybe finding one, hopefully, and maybe somebody would be kind enough to donate one. There you go. So that's the build. Pretty simple, not much to it, but you get an idea. We'll keep this short and sweet, and if you have any questions, leave a comment below. If you got suggestions how to make the build better, I would love to hear it. If it's a mechanic thing, or if it's a weapon thing, or something of that nature, let me know, and I would appreciate it. Like I said, this weapon I know is not the perfect one for it, but it works great for right now, because anything else I put in there, the damage is so much less than this physical 108 to 198 that even though it seems like it's better, it does not do better. Overall, my damage will drop through the roof. So anyways, let me know what you would do to make this build better, or how you make it better. Don't link another build, because I look at builds all the time and it's fine, but I like to look at what other people are doing and then just kind of adjust to my play style, which is what you should do with every build. It's very hard to run another build exactly as somebody else runs it unless you play that particular style. So anyways, don't forget to hit like, subscribe. I will talk to you later. Have a great day.